Y'all wasn't tuned in back then. My swag they keep jacking. I ain't doing no verse, quit asking. What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in.
So one thing that I think might actually be interesting is we might have a lot of smaller players this year. If you are 6 foot or under, you get a massive speed boost. You have access to higher ball handling ratings as well as like 3-point ratings. So a lot of people might gravitate toward that direction this year. Having said that, in our online test here internally, we've got a guy who plays as like a 7-foot center every single time, and he is so dominant in our games. So, I think it's a good mix because I think you're going to have people who want to be kind of that in the middle road, small forward, power forward, and still kind of do it all. But you might see some players gravitate toward like point guards, small point guards even, and then like big centers, and hopefully we have the whole gamut covered and it's much more balanced.
Salt Lake City, Utah, fully illuminated tonight as we get a look at our broadcast setting from the skies high above. It's live coverage of the NBA on Monday night. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan, and we're pleased to have on the... Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Donovan Mitchell grew up around pro athletes.
What a great guy. D.A., thank you for that. And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Edwards is out there with D'Angelo Russell. Then there's Towns. Then there's McDaniels. And it's Junior in at the small forward. And for the Jazz, they've got Lowry. He's out there with Donovan Mitchell. And it's Burton in at the 3 spot. Greg, if your system overall for these teams, if the schemes don't seem to be working, how much can you really change before you get to the offseason? Or, in particular, before you get to the playoffs?
It's never easy. A system change would come typically with a coaching change, and the reality is you also have to evaluate the roster, and you can't fit that square peg into a round hole. But whatever your system is, it's got to be catered to the personnel you have. You can't go the other way around, and I think that's what separates oftentimes the good coaches from the great ones. And what muscle from Junior, welcoming the contact and just pushing his way through.
Burton, the pass to Mitchell. Another shot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
The Jazz shooting their first free throws of the evening. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Here is Russell. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Memphis.
Well, you also have to credit the way he controlled the pace of the game and was able to create for his teammates.
Six on the shot clock. Yep, that one goes in there.
Well, this is a main strength of D'Angelo Russell. When he gets room to shoot from the mid-range, there's no hesitation.
Mitchell against Edwards. Goes up the baseline. Offensive rebound. The layup missed.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
And Junior throws it down.
And you can only admire the grit that Junior plays with. He's not afraid of a little contact.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
The Jazz, their last game, a loss to the Wizards.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
One thing you know, Greg, is you've got to pack your defense in the suitcase if you're going to win on the road, and they simply did not bring it.
Mitchell's shot is good.
There is a level of physicality, and the frame of Donovan Mitchell allows him to finish through contact.
And we talk a lot about Mitchell's offense, and for good reason, but the defense is also an area where he's excelled.
Oh, no doubt, Greg. We identify him with the offensive end of the floor because he's carried a burden for the Utah Jazz early in his career. But think about it. He's strong, athletic, long wingspan, excellent instincts. This guy has the potential to be one of the most impactful two-way players in today's NBA.
Mike Conley's checked in for Utah. Just under 2.5 minutes played so far.
Well, Mike Conley has mastered pick and roll play and does such a good job making the right decisions.
Russell dishes to Junior. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And Junior throws it down.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
That's how you drive your point home right there. Jazz trail by 4. Passes it to Dedmon. Mitchell against it. And that one drops for him. Mitchell's got 6.
All right, defensively now, you've got to find a way to slow this guy down because he's putting it to you.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Utah.
And two teams at vastly different ends of the standings last year, but they played each other to a draw.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. The Timberwolves have gotten all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Terrific start. Barnes right side. Inside. And Junior throws it down.
And I consider Junior to be a natural athlete. Really impressed with his ability to finish plays.
And Nance kicks to Adams. Conley with it. Hayes on him. Conley's shot is off. Timberwolves leading by 4. Here's Junior, and again it's Minnesota converting.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Now here's Adams. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. The pass to Conley. They get a hand on it. Hayes with the steal. Here's Junior, and Junior throws it down.
And this has been Junior's game so far. It's obvious he's not afraid to step up and carry the offense.
Back to Conley. Pass to Adams, to the inside. Here's Nance, shot clock at 5. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Hayes the pass to Junior. Here's Towns over Nance. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Hayes.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
17 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now, here's Clarkson. Not a lot of room. That's a floater go. Basket good.
Well, very difficult to guard the floater. Jordan Clarkson, nicely done.
Junior, he is feeling it tonight and has been the driving force, guys, for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all, and he looks to be planning for more. We've got more in store for you right after this. And from moments ago, we got this from Donovan Mitchell on how his team maintains its edge.
That's been our whole story all year.
Using that doubt, Greg, as motivation.
Whatever helps you play with urgency. If it's feeling like you're second best, use that to your advantage.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, what's your take so far on the Timberwolves?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
They've got Jordan Clarkson. Adams is out there with Nance. And it's Ennis. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Junior, in his last outing against the Grizzlies, was terrific. He dropped in 34 points, and he did a great job of letting the game come to him, connecting on a number of his shots. He put up numbers that really jumped out in the box score. A very solid performance. Kevin will see what he's got in his arsenal tonight.
Thanks for the report, DA. Great, phenomenal effort by him in that last game.
He willed the team to victory through his talent and through that competitiveness.
Let's give credit to his teammates for continuing to find this guy. They knew he had the hot hand, and they were willing to ride it all night long.
You know, winning that championship as you did, great for UNLV. Many people don't remember you played much of that season with a broken jaw.
Well, Kevin, I don't remember much of it, to be honest with you.
So that brings the first half to a close. But thanks for the great interview, David, and we'll be back for the third quarter of it. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. It's been one outstanding game from Donovan Mitchell.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
I have to love his tenacity. This guy stays in attack mode, makes defenders work, tries to keep them off balance.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Minnesota, Junior's out there with McDaniels. And there's D'Angelo Russell. Then there's Towns. And it's Edwards in at the 2 guard. A shot by Lowry. Wide open. For the 3. Utah gets it back. Here's Dedmon. And they finally get it to go. A full night's work on the boards in one trip down the floor.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Russell gets an open look and hits. Russell's got the lead up to 8 now for the Timberwolves.
I love the efficiency he's playing with tonight. Not scoring as much as usual, but he's been effective, and they're winning.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. The shot by Lowry, no good. Timberwolves leading by 8 to the wing on the left. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Connects from 3-point range. Edwards got 12 in the game. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for Utah. Nice ball movement by Utah. Burton, no good. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Junior kicks to McDaniel. Not going to go that time. And stolen by Junior. Can't get it to fall.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
3-pointer, Lowry, and he's good on the 3-ball. Lowry's got his second bucket.
Boy, one fluid motion. Lowry just as dangerous off the dribble as he is catching and shooting.
That one goes in, and the Timberwolves lead by 10.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
The shot's good. Lowry's got 5 points now this quarter.
Some guys just have a knack to get to the cup. Kyle Lowry's all about being aggressive and assertive.
And with Kyle Lowry, the assist numbers don't jump off the page at you, but he has fantastic vision, and his decision-making is also elite.
Right, for me, what stands out about Kyle Lowry is his willingness to adjust his game based on what his team needs. There's been times in his career where he's been a go-to scorer, and his three-point shooting can be infectious to his team. That toughness on the drive really strikes you. But there's also been times where he takes a back seat to scoring and says, all right, time to get my guys involved. He can do either.
So Utah ends up going with the new group. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Vanderbilt's checked in. Harrison Barnes comes in for McDaniels. Malik Beasley, he's checked in for Edwards. And Hayes subbed in for D'Angelo Russell.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
And that one good from Clarkson.
Well, the one thing about Clarkson, a little bit inconsistent from deep, so that's a welcome sight for his team.
Hayes dishes to Junior. be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. Free throw good, Junior. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to lose.
It's a solid blueprint. Here's Junior. Utah with the rebound. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Right side, Conley. Back to Adams. Doesn't go for him. And Minnesota now the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. Pass to Junior. And another basket to his impressive total. It's his 9th against 12 attempts.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Now, here's Clarkson. He's covered closely. Releases. That shot misses. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And we'll be right back after this. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. They've got Jordan Clarkson. Conley out there with Adams. Then it's Dwayne Dedman. That's the group right now for Utah. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Utah. And so Adams nails both of them.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Minnesota leading by 5. Hayes the pass to Junior. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Junior's got 10 points in just the second half.
Some players don't like to attack the interior. Not the case with Junior. He'll attack anywhere he sees an opening.
Dedman finds Mitchell. A 3 off the mark. Now here's Junior. He's covered by Clarkson, and it's Junior missing. And here's Clarkson. He brings it up for the jam. Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut to just 5 points on the basket for Mitchell.
Boy, as we reach the latter stages, he's been in a ridiculous groove. They simply can't get over the hump.
A few possessions into the 4th quarter, just over a minute played. Towns dishes to Junior. And Junior throws it down.
Well, Towns showing himself to be a willing facilitator. If you're open, he's going to find you.
Utah calls timeout.
And no doubt, Coach wants them to shore up their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
And the Jazz with some changes. Burton's checked in for Jordan Clarkson, and Kyle Lowry subbed in for Adams. And then for Minnesota, Edwards, he's checked in for DeLon Wright, and D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Hayes. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Quinn Snyder said to his team. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappier. We've got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated.
Well, I'll tell you, he's not afraid to take hits on the way to the free throw line. Kyle Lowry will manufacture points any way he has to.
And Kyle Lowry drops them both.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Russell kicks to Junior. Back to Russell. Passes it to Edwards. To the middle. Here's Junior. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Junior's got 14 points here in the second half. Jazz trail by 7. Lowry looking around. Mitchell wide open. The Jazz with another miss.
And so much for repeating the three-point barrage he put on in the first half. Nothing here in the second.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it. I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
And the Timberwolves call timing.
For viewers, timeout's a chance to check your phone, grab a drink, but for the teams, it's all about business.
Well, there's something that the coach doesn't like. I'm curious to see which kind of adjustment he makes here.
The pass to Edwards. To the paint. Here's Junior. Russell trying to free himself up. The inside shot is off from Junior. Jazz have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Lowry passes to Mitchell. Mitchell is double. Here's Dedmon. Good. It's Mitchell picking up the assist. And now just a 3-point Timberwolves lead. Russell dishes to Junior. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You can see how much the defense respects Junior on the interior. This is why he gets that foul call.
So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
He knew what was riding on those foul shots and didn't mess around, making this a 2-possession game.
For Utah, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Edwards against Mitchell. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Donovan Mitchell might be young, but this guy is fearless and capable of big-time opportunity taking.
Russell kicks to Junior. Edwards against Mitchell. Russell looking it over. The kick out to Town. Edwards inside. Covered by Mitchell.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
They grab their own miss. Hammer it home! Hammer it home, baby!
That is authority right there.
That one drops. He ties it up.
Well, consistency is so critical, especially in clutch moments. This guy has got that gene.
There's 57 seconds left in the game. The Jazz working the ball around now. Mitchell finds Lowry. Count it!
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Down low, Junior. It counts! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
That's called poise under pressure. No wonder Junior's team really believes in him in these clutch situations.
Out to the right wing. Here's Norberg. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Now, Junior.
And they still have a foul to give at this point.
And the Jazz call time here. They're trailing by 1. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
This is where great coaching can pay dividends.
Well, this is a chance to take the lead, so you've got to draw up a play to make it happen.
And now moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Junior.
And it's been a ridiculous performance. The best since possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
17 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Mitchell against Edwards. Mitchell with it. To win it. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. And so it's the Timberwolves who come out on top here. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.
What's poppin'? Brand new.